We got a pretty interesting story here. You guys all know about Alex Morse, hopefully. He is running in Massachusetts' first district to defeat current Democratic Ways and Means Committee member Richard Neal, who is the highest beneficiary of corporate PAC dollars. And he is somebody who is incredibly anti-progressive, extremely and explicitly so. So Alex Morse, who's a four-time mayor in Massachusetts, has actually, in a city in Massachusetts, he is actually challenging Richard Neal. And that election is on September 1st, which is about a week from now, about 6 days, 7 days from now. So we're really, really close to that election. And also, of course, it's the same day that Ed Markey is running against Joe Kennedy. So that's going to be a pretty heavy day to be looking at. It's a pretty big day. Now, Alex Morse tweeted out, "I am so proud to have the endorsement of AOC's courage to change. When AOC took on an entrenched incumbent, she changed the Democratic Party for the better. It would be an honor to serve alongside her in Congress to fight for progressive change that benefits working families." So Courage to Change is the PAC that AOC had created. So AOC is endorsing, at least via her PAC, Alex Morse. So this is very interesting because what we know is AOC seems to have been more reluctant, understandably so, about actually endorsing primary challengers to incumbents who are obviously her colleagues, because it makes it kind of awkward, makes it pretty difficult to get things done. They're probably going to be less likely, they will be less likely to vote for your proposed pieces of legislation if you are to be challenging them and endorsing their primary challenger. And so, she didn't endorse Cori Bush because I think for her, Cori Bush's opponent, Lacey Green, wasn't actually, right-wing enough, wasn't conservative enough. I believe he had signed on to the GND and M4A. And so for her, I think it kind of was looked at as kind of was worth it. And honestly, maybe she was just like, hey, she's in St. Louis. I don't think AOC's endorsement really has much pull in St. Louis. So maybe it would have even been a bad thing. I don't really know. I'm not really sure, to be quite frank with you. But this is definitely an area where I think AOC's endorsement will help. And it seems like Richard Neal to me is more and more reeking of the stench of Joe Crowley and being similar to Joe Crowley, where Joe Crowley was kind of this guy who was winning the seat but with no challengers, and he just kept winning because of the disenfranchised voters in that district and there being a corporate machine behind him. And once there was a real challenger, he got destroyed in literally the first in the first term. In the first time that AOC challenged him, she won the very first time. So Alex Morse also released a poll not long ago, like a week or so ago, saying that he had an internal poll that had him down just 5 points to Richard Neal, which means he's within striking distance. So this AOC endorsement may actually put him over the fray. I wish that Bernie Sanders would come out and endorse Alex Morse. I don't know if he's going to do so. He probably won't. But I think given Bernie Sanders' popularity in Massachusetts and him almost winning Massachusetts, would probably mean that it's a good idea to endorse Alex Morse. And it would be really crucial to win this seat. So I'm very hopeful for Alex Morse's victory and hope that he can win and unseat Richard Neal, because I think it'd be really crucial. And it's very interesting to see AOC, maybe picking and choosing who to endorse, which is very interesting. But definitely hope Alex Morse wins. September 1st is his election day. There's actually one other thing that I just thought of that this could really mean, which I forgot, was just the other day Nancy Pelosi was asked by Jake Tapper a pretty good question about her potential hypocrisy for endorsing Joe Kennedy over Ed Markey in the Senate race in Massachusetts in the primary. So AOC, if you remember, got really angry when Nancy Pelosi had endorsed Joe Kennedy III over Ed Markey in the race. So this kind of may be like a tit for tat type of little, this is a jab type of thing. It's kind of a subtle jab. I didn't think of that, but that's certainly a possibility where it's like, she got angry at them being hypocritical about not primarying incumbents. So now AOC's like, all right, well, check it out, bitch. I'm going to do this. I'm going to endorse a primary challenger to an incumbent. Like, here it is. So that apparently is definitely a possibility and something to certainly think about.